All right, so solving systems of equations. We've been doing this for a little while, and I'm pretty confident that you guys are going to do an amazing job. Yeah, because I've been seeing you guys succeed on your equations. Let's get it. Hip, hip. Hooray! Very exciting. I know we're gonna increase, I think, our views by at least 1,000 tonight. At least 1,000. Not. Okay. Solve each system. Show all of your algebraic steps. 3 points for the steps and 1 point for the answer. So you don't want to just try to get the answer without the steps. That would be not so good. All right. Now, when we learn substitution in math classes, usually the problems look like number 2. But since I know that you practice some in iExcel, I might have one that's like that, like number 1. All right, how do we set it up? Go ahead, Mr. Hastings. Pickles. You know what I mean. How do we set it up, sir?
Alright, so this one is pretty simple. We just put the x minus 1 on the left side of the equation.
Right, so we put x minus 1 inside where y is, and that gives us what, sir?
X minus 1 equals negative 3x minus 33.
Good. Actually, let me move it up here so I don't run out of room solving it. Okay. Get out of my yard!
Yep, so since we can't combine any like terms, we have to do your yard, my yard.
Your yard, my yard, that's right. So, or there's no distribution either. Okay, so when we throw it over, we
say get out of my yard.
We do, and
change the
sign, because we're actually adding 3x on both sides. Okay, that means 4x, right?
And then we do another get out of my yard. Wait. Oh yeah, now we do superstar costar extra. First add 1.
So add 1. 4x plus u equals negative 32.
Divide by 4, and then x equals negative 8.
Yes. So x equals to negative 8. All right. Now what?
And so we're not done yet. So we have to use the equation from the top.
We can use the bottom. It's easier. Whichever one's easier. So we get y equals
negative 8 minus 1.
Okay. So y equals
negative 9.
Okay. Good. So how do we write our answer?
So parentheses. Negative 8, comma, negative 9, parentheses.
Excellent. Let's give him a hand.
Subscribe if you're new.
What did you say?
Subscribe if you're new.
Oh, nice. Subscribe if you're new. Okay, are you allowed to check your answers on the test using Desmos?
No.
Of course not. Sorry. So sorry. Is there any way you can check your answer? Definitely. What? I heard it over here. You do what? You substitute your two numbers, and they have to make both equations true. So if you're testing your answer and you only substitute it into one of these, then you might be led astray. Now, I would wait until you finish the whole test, though, before you do that, because you don't want to run out of time. All right, number 2. Anybody? No hands? I see no hands. Oh, come on. All right, just say it. What are we substituting?
The y.
Okay, and what are we substituting for y?
Negative 4x minus 22.
See, all of a sudden everybody's brave. Okay, so we take that and we put it inside for y. So I'm going to write out negative x plus 9 parentheses, negative 4x minus 22 equals to 24. Now the most common mistake, just to mention it, the most common mistake is that somebody will write the y here also, next to the 9. But when you're substituting instead of something, it's not there anymore. It's instead of the y. First step, Distribute. Okay, so 9 times negative 4. Okay, 9 times negative 22. Negative 198 equals 24. So a little trick there. Anybody see a trick? Yeah? No, for 9 times 22. You can do 10 times 22, which is 220, and then subtract 22 for the 9. Okay? That's what I did. Okay, now we combine like terms. Negative 37x minus 198 equals 24. Add 198 to both sides. And we get something. I don't know. 222. Negative 37x equals 222. Alright, and we divide by negative 37. Does it come out even? Sure does. X is negative 6. Lucky us. Alright, and then we can put that back inside one of these equations. What's easier, the top or bottom one? Bottom one? Okay. I'll trust you on that. Okay. Y equals negative 4 times negative 6. So that's positive 24 minus 22. Y is equal to 2. Okay, final answer, negative 6 comma 2. Any questions? Okay, so you can trust that I did this right because I know the answers. You can trust me. Okay, negative 6 comma 2. All right. Next. Substitution. Now we're doing elimination. Okay. Okay, Jake, help us out, please. What's going to happen?
So we start the equation by finding the. No, we start the equation. We start the substitution by eliminating the x.
Right. So the x's are already ready to eliminate. Mm-hmm. But like you said, the first step on our visual instruction plan was dividing. But if we divide this first equation, it's not going to cancel anymore. So you got to be careful. Every once in a while, if you see it's going to cancel first, you do not want to divide. That's the one exception. All right. So those can't eliminated, and now.
Negative 14y plus 7y equals negative 7y.
Equals.
And then 28 minus 42.
It's negative 14.
42 equals negative 14.
Negative 14.
And then negative 7y divided by negative 7 would get us just the y alone. And then the negative 14 minus 7 negative divided by negative 7 will get us negative 2.
Perfect. Okay, good. Positive 2, positive 2.
Yes, positive
okay,
2.
Now we need to find our x. So let's put it inside here. Negative 8x plus 7 times 2. It's a little lower number, the bottom equation. All right, negative 8x plus 14.
Equals 42.
Alright. Negative 8x equals what?
Negative 8x equals negative 56. And then negative 8 divided negative 56 will get us positive 7.
Alright, and what is our final answer?
Our final answer would be 7, comma 2.
Good, you did it in the right order. Let's give him a hand. Awesome. Cool. Alright, that's it. Bless you. Alright, number 4. Anybody? Alright, come on down. Where did you fly in from this morning?
Mars.
Mars. Alrighty then. Okay. Alright. What are you going to do first?
So first, you can simplify the negative 60x by 6. Divide it by 6.
Now, I would rather divide it by 12.
Oh.
Okay, so what do we get?
So negative 5x.
Negative 5x.
And then negative 3x. 3y, sorry.
Equals.
And then negative 3.
Good. And then that'll make it a little easier too.
Yeah.
Negative 40x minus 24y equals negative 31. Okay. Now what?
And then you would want to multiply it by negative negative 8.
Yep, negative 8. Good. So times negative 8. Alright, so that'll give us positive 40x.
And then positive 24y.
And
then positive 24.
Equals positive 24. Good. Then we just copy the one we already had. Minus 24y. Upsid daisies.
So everything cancels out.
Not everything, but both variables
x
eliminate.
and the y, yeah. So it would be 0.
That's okay. We don't panic though. We don't go running out of the room during the test and scream and cry and scream and scream and cry and throw things at the teacher. Okay. So they both can eliminate.
So you have 0.
0
equals negative 7.
Right. So what does that mean?
No solution.
Correct. There is no solution. And I might want to add on the test, how would those graph? If there's no
parallel.
Solution. Very good. So parallel lines. I think I'm going to add a question on there that asks you, right? If there's no solution, they would be parallel lines. Let's give her a hand. Any questions so far? Are we good? You guys think you got this?
Yes.
Woo! Okay. What? Elf, help us out.
So first you would combine terms because there's a 21 and a negative 21.
No, because we don't want to cancel out this. We need to cancel out. Eliminate a variable, because then we would have still 2 variables equal 0. So that's not going to help us. So we got to go through the whole thing.
So you have to do 12x and negative 9x, which is 3x.
So we're going to divide by 3. What do we get, young man?
3x. I'm dumb. 4x.
4x. You're not dumb. Okay, 4x plus
3y.
Good. 3y equals
7.
Good. And then 9, 5, and 21 we can't divide by. So negative 9x minus 5y equals negative 21. I get what you were saying though, because these 21s would become 0, but it's still not going to help us. Okay, so we need to choose to either cancel out negative 4 and 9 or negative 5 and 3. So which one do you want to do? 3 and 5. Good. Okay, what do you want to multiply by then? Well, wait, let's find our LCM. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So it's going to be 15, right? It's going to be multiplying times each other. 5 times 3, and 3 times 5. Okay, so what do we multiply the top equation by?
By positive 5.
By 5. And this one by?
Positive 3.
Okay. Now, he said positive and positive. And he's right, because these signs are already different. Very good, very good. Okay, continue, please.
And then multiply those out. So it would be 20x plus 15y equals 35.
Okay.
27, negative 27x. Negative 15y. And then
Let's see, negative 63. Okay, cool. So now we have only one of them eliminating. Here it is. Okay.
Negative 7x
28? Yeah. It's negative 28. Okay, x equals 2. Yeah. You thought you were going to get off easy on this problem, huh? Okay, so since x equals 4, usually when you divide, you're going to get lower numbers. So I would use this. All right, tell me what to write, please.
So I would substitute it for the top.
Right?
So it would be actually the bottom or lower numbers.
Well, but here, like I was saying, I would recommend you using this because we divided. So the 4, 3, and 7. All right, tell me what to write, please.
4.
Mm-hmm.
And parentheses 4.
Good. 4 times 4.
Plus 3y.
Mhm.
7.
Okay. Everyone's going to help us with this. 4 times 4.
16.
Good. All right. And now, what do we do?
16.
Subtract 16 on both sides. Okay, what do we get, everyone? 3y equals negative 9. Good. All right. And then y equals to negative 3. All right. Final answer?
4, comma, negative 3.
Yup. Let's give him a hand. All right. Everybody have the same answers? You're all keeping up? Fantastic. All right. I'm loud enough for our mic here. You can stay there. All right. How do we do number 6, young lady? Do you have a code name? Squirrel. From her slough story. I know, squirrel. All right, go ahead.
So first you can divide the bottom equation
Mm-hmm.
by 5.
Okay, and we get?
You get negative 5x
Mm-hmm.
plus 7y
Mm-hmm.
equals 1.
Mm-hmm. What about the top equation, though?
Okay. You could divide that one too, and it'd be, you could divide it by 7,
Correct.
and you get 5x
Mm-hmm.
minus 7y
Mm-hmm.
equals negative 1.
Okay. Upsy daisies. So we see our 5 and our 7s are both eliminating. So that means we get 0 equals to
0.
0. And that is
Infinite
a true thing. So therefore it is infinite solutions. What would those graph to be?
The same one.
The same line. Now actually it is not all real numbers. Just like x plus y equals 5, right? A simpler equation. There are certain numbers that make that true, but not all real numbers. And there are an infinite number of answers, but not all real numbers. So it's infinite solutions. Alrighty, let's skip the next 2, and then we're going to do our 2 word problems. Alright, who wants to do this one? These are fun. You already did one, though. Oh, come on, Jackson, how do we do it? Okay, if you're going to say theirs, talk loudly.
So, first you have to come with variables for the 2 orders.
We could just use x and y, if that's okay with you. Okay, so x and y.
So, you do x plus y
Mm-hmm.
equals 139.
Excellent. Okay, and?
And for the second equation, you do x minus 1
Mm-hmm.
equals 27.
Awesome. Yeah, and they're ready to eliminate. Don't forget that it's 1 plus 1, so then we have
2x
2x equals
166.
Mm-hmm. Divide by 2, bless you, it's 83. Alright? And let's see, we know they're 27 apart. 83 minus y equals to 27. Subtract 83 on both sides. What is that? 4 and 6, isn't it? 64. No, I'm doing this wrong. Upside. I'm trying to skip steps. Good job, Mr. Pass. 83 minus 27. Yeah, very good. All right, that's called sarcasm, by the way. 56. So negative 56. All right, and then we divide by negative 1. So the answer is 56 and 83. Now we should test them. Do they add up to make 139? Yes. Well, you have to show a system. So if you did, yeah, if you sometimes people do, I bet I know what you did. I bet you did x equals 27 or y minus 27 or something, right? You did a different equation like x equals y minus 27. Did you do that? Does that'll work also? Yeah, if you did a different order and then you substitute instead of eliminate, that's still correct. All right, last one, the county fair, where they deep fry stuff. They shouldn't be deep fried, right? Like deep frying, I don't know, pumpkins. All right. Okay, so one of the secrets of these is to look at the end, right? The number of students in each van and the number of students in each bus, right? And that way we know what our variables have to be. It's the unknowns. So what do we want to make our variables? Yeah, V and B is easy, right? So let V equal number of estudiantes. I almost wrote that. Students in each van. Public service announcement. Don't get in any vans unless they're for some official event for school and you have an official school person with official school badges there. No vans, even if they're offering you candy.
What if it's an ice cream?
Don't get in any ice cream trucks.
What if it's your parents' phone?
All right. But we're not going to talk about that right now. All right. Shh. Okay. So we need to find equations, right? So 14 vans, 1 bus, 137 students. How do I write that out? (14V plus 1B equals 137. Good. Somebody else. Who hasn't gone yet? Alina. What's the other one? Correct. So 7V plus 11B equals 478. Okay. What do you guys think? Well, can we divide anything? 14, 1, 137. No. 7, 11, 478. No. Boo. So, what do you guys think is easiest to multiply? The 7 and 14, right? So let's multiply times -2. And we get -14V plus, minus 22B equals to negative something.
956. Negative 956.
Okay, I'm going to trust you because I don't feel like doing the math. Alright, plus 1B equals 137. Alright, so that should eliminate, does it?
Yes.
I agree. Alright, that eliminates right there. And we get negative 21B, 18, 19. Okay, does that go into 21? What do we get? 39. Awesome. Divide by negative 21, divide by negative 21. B equals 19. So that means that there are 19 students on each. 30, I knew that. 39. Sorry about that. Okay, so 39 students on each bus. And what about the van? Well, it's easiest, definitely easiest to put it in the first one. So, let's see. 14v plus 39 equals 137. 14v equals 98. Does that divide evenly?
Yeah.
What is it? 7, okay. Alright. So let's see if we were right. I didn't finish this in the last class. Yep. Yeah. So the riddler will not succeed in fooling us. Alright. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.